Welcome back to Investing with Confidence. As always, I am your host, Joshua David, having a good time talking about the stock market, mainly the whole market, the financial markets, futures, Forex, options, crypto, different ways that the public, the regular people can get in these markets comfortably, but also confidently. If you happen to miss 2 tickets at our local academies here in Bloomington, Minnesota, Denver, Colorado, and Atlanta, Georgia, you can text the word INVEST to the number 484848. That's text the word INVEST to the number 484848 for 2 tickets. When you text that in, you're going to receive a text right back. It's pretty quick. You got to click that link, pick a date that works best for your schedule. So once you pick a date for your schedule, you're going to receive a financial quick start kit that'll actually help you get started right away. And in that last segment, we were talking a little bit about this great market volatility. I mean, gosh, you look at Wednesday, market soared. Thursday, market just crashed right at the beginning of the day. We know what happened the rest of the day and then on Friday as well. But these moves are phenomenal in markets. You got to embrace this volatility, especially for people that are looking for income strategies in the markets. A lot of people are looking for that because if you have that JOB, that is one job, which is just over broke. So what I'm seeing, especially talking with a lot of friends lately, is they are looking for a potential another source or like another income strategy in their life, because that's really how you build wealth. And I got Cam here still with me, and we're having a good time talking about this. I mean, we could do this all day long. Unfortunately, we just got 1 hour with you today. But Cam, in your opinion, I mean, you have different strategies for income in the markets, and so many people gravitate just toward the stock market, which has limitations. It requires a lot of capital.
Yep.
So they're capital intensive. You have a 6.5 hour market. Opens up in the morning, it closes at, but depending on where you're listening, at 2:30 or 3:30, 2 or 3 o'clock during the day, depending where you're at in the country. But also, it's kind of, even though the market's moving great, I would consider it a slow mover still. So you don't have any leverage essentially. So let's talk a little bit about. Let's start with futures. It's a great asset that you're seeing a lot of people get into because you're here a lot at the academy helping out with different trader groups, which I want to talk about in a little bit. But why do you like futures, and what do you think some of the main benefits of the futures market are for people that are looking for income strategies?
The futures market is fantastic for people looking for income strategies because of really a couple things that you touched on there. Is that you get leverage, and what leverage really means is that you can capture a greater move for less capital. So the futures market is actually pretty friendly, especially with the addition of all these smaller contracts that people can trade.
You talking about the micros?
The micros,
Okay.
exactly. Yeah. It makes it more user friendly for people with smaller trading accounts or people that are just starting off. It's much more manageable, but you can put up less capital to capture this bigger move. And that's the beauty of leverage. The second thing that's awesome about the futures market is that there's no pattern day trader rule. Is that when you go into the stock market, you need 25K in your trading account to be able to get in and out of trades in a day. I am primarily a day trader. I don't really hold a lot of trades overnight, and I don't have that problem in the futures market whatsoever. I can get in and out of the markets, take what it's given to me, and sleep well at night.
Yeah, it's funny you talk about that pattern day trader rule. I am on TikToker now. I have a TikTok account, and I did a little, we call it the financial quickies on different things, and that was actually one of the topics is the pattern day trader rule, which means within 5 business days, you're locked at 4 trades. That's just the way it is. But you're talking about with futures, you can trade as many times per day as you want to. And you mentioned day trading. I just want to clarify something for our listeners. Day trading just means, as he said, you're in and out of a position just within the same day. So it's not like, you see all these movies, great movies, by the way, where you got somebody, smoking a cigar at a computer, drinking a bottle of scotch, sweating and placing all these trades. That's how, it probably was like that back in the day. But as you're talking about, and even just you explaining it, cool, calm, and collective.
Easy.
And that's where you have to be, I guess, removing the emotions from trading and investing. And that all comes down to having an investment plan. Just real quick, talk a little bit about why it's so important to have a trading and investing plan.
Because if you don't have a plan, you're just going to be, out in the wild trying to figure it out as you go, and more than likely, your emotions are going to take over and get the best of you.
Yeah.
Really, what a trading plan does is it helps us mitigate our emotions to always have a plan, no matter what outcome. Because anything can happen in the markets, so we have to manage our risk. It's the only way that people can survive in these markets and end up benefiting from them in the long run. In the
Yeah.
long run.
And you probably, when you got started with Online Trading Academy, I'm just kind of guessing you probably didn't have a plan. How did that experience help you? Like, how did Online Trading Academy help you get that and create that plan?
Well, they really broke it down into something that was realistic. This is something that I never found elsewhere, and this is really what has helped me become successful as a trader. Is this working towards creating and developing a solid plan for any market condition.
Yeah.
And most people don't have that, which is why most people don't do very well.
Yeah, you're right. You mentioned something pretty interesting there about every market condition. We were kind of joking before we got started on this segment about a lot of people are just buying into these markets as they're going down, thinking it's going to come back forever. And there's strategies for up markets. Everybody knows that, but there's also strategies for down markets, which I want to talk about a little bit later. But we have a lot of listeners, Cam, that are probably like you that want to get in the markets and want to get started, but want to do it the right way. Maybe need help with a little bit of a plan.
Mhm.
But also, you mentioned talking about using leverage in the markets.
Mhm.
And what Cam did not say is the futures market is actually open around the clock,
Yes, indeed.
24 hours a day. So the stock market's only open 6.5 hours per day. Futures market, 24 hours a day. That allows people to get in the markets at night. And that's what it's all about. I talked about having that one JOB. Well, what if there's an opportunity at night with the futures market? That could be a possible opportunity. So if you're looking for different opportunities for income strategies and kind of want to explore what those are, we have investing classes at our local academies right here in Denver, Colorado, Bloomington, Minnesota, and Atlanta, Georgia. So if you're in any one of these metro locations, get your phones ready because I'm going to give a text number that you can text into to get some tickets to one of these classes. I teach these classes. Actually, you've actually taught a couple as well, Cam. And these are comprehensive classes on how the markets actually work, and they're designed to teach you to make better investing decisions. So text the word invest right now. Text the word invest to the number 484848. That's invest to the number 484848 for 2 tickets for an investing class. So you can bring a friend. A lot of people bring their spouse with. I've actually seen a lot of people bring their kids in with as well, which is pretty cool. Usually high school or older, because you got to get these kids started young. They
Great
don't
idea.
teach this anywhere else. So text the word invest to the number 484848. But you got to click the link that's in there, because when you click the link and also register for the class, you're going to receive a financial quick start kit that actually includes some free stuff, some free stock picks. So you mentioned, Cam, a little bit about the benefits of the futures market. It's a 24-hour market. You have leverage. It allows investors or traders to get in with less capital because you have buying power. Very similar to like a mortgage, right? So if somebody wants to buy a house, most people you get a mortgage. So they take a small down payment, say a small $50,000 down payment to control a $400,000 house. So you have buying power. So you're capital efficient. So you're using your capital wisely. Same thing in the futures market. Now, I want to kind of continue that discussion and talk a little bit about the Forex market. And it's not new. It's just a little bit different. It's another avenue for people to utilize for an income strategy. And just as an example, if somebody has a car, somebody has Ford, somebody has Chevy, somebody has Toyota. It's just a different route, right?
Mhm.
So talk a little bit about what the Forex market is and what you see some of the good benefits there.
Absolutely, yeah. The Forex market is actually the largest market in the world. It's something I didn't know before coming here, and it's the foreign exchange currency market. So it's trading different government currencies around the world against each other, and the values and the fluctuations of those values against each other. So you could trade the value of the US dollar against the value of the Japanese yen or something like that. And similar to the futures market, you get fantastic leverage in these markets where you can be more capital efficient. You can put up less money to capture a greater move. And these markets are also 24/7 as well. So this is a avenue for people that are working full time or have don't have the flexibility to get into the regular market hours in the stock market. This is another market that could give you some flexibility in order to take advantage of certain market swings.
Yeah, I love the Forex market. I was talking last week with Al, and by the way, I hope Al is getting a nice tan. He brings some sun back for us. But these markets in the Forex market, think about this for a second. That facilitates international trade and investment.
Mhm.
That's why it's the largest market out there. Roughly $5 trillion traded per day in the Forex market, which is actually 25 times the size of the stock markets all combined.
Yeah.
So think about it. If you're listening right now and you trade stocks, you may or may not get the price that you want when you buy a stock or sell a stock, because they're not as liquid as like the futures market or the Forex market. But also, Cam, what happens overnight every single day, almost every single day? Does the market open, as far as the stock market, does that open at the same spot it closed every day?
Absolutely not. It's actually one of my issues with the stock market is that there is this gap risk is that the market could open at a different spot that it closed. And it often does. That can actually be mitigated in some of these longer term markets, such as the futures and Forex market. One of the big reasons that I'm a fan of the futures market is that you get to track the stock indexes, such as the S&P 500 or the NASDAQ. And actually, you can take advantage of where the S&P or the NASDAQ will open in the stock market, in the futures market. You can take advantage of that overnight session that is pushing these markets around.
Yeah. I think that's why a lot of people that are trading stocks really gravitate towards the futures market, like you're saying, because it's kind of it's almost showing its hand where the market could open.
Absolutely.
So in trading and investing, it's all about putting odds in your favor.
Mhm.
You have the odds in your favor, and then all you do is put low risk, high reward, high probability entry points in the market. And that comes back to our discussion on the first segment about supply and demand, which is where to get in your trades, but also where to get out. And we know, and we talk about this every single week in these different trader groups that you're doing here locally, is the institutions are moving these markets.
Absolutely.
It takes billions of dollars to move the market. So that's what we want to do, is identify where they're buying and selling, which is supply and demand. That's the law of supply and demand.
Mhm.
And we want to trade like them and not against them, because we're not going to beat the banks. And it's kind of like that old saying, if you can't beat them, join them. And that's what we talk about in these investing classes that we do locally at our academies here in Denver, Atlanta, and Bloomington. So if you're in any one of these locations, get your phones ready. I'm gonna give a call-in number to call in for some tickets and some free stock picks. But these are classes really where we've taught thousands, just like you are, many strategies which are designed to teach you to make better investing decisions. So if you're looking for a plan in trading and investing, maybe you're brand new to the markets and you're looking to get started. Maybe I was actually teaching a class last night, and I asked the class, I said, "Are you guys anybody trading here?" And then nobody raised their hand. I said, "How about in the market, but not actively doing it, like having a 401k or IRA?" And that's a lot of people right now. They have these accounts, and they're like, we have these accounts, and I just don't know how to get started. I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do to protect it. How do I get started? And that's what we're seeing a lot of people come to these classes for, is to get started on the right foot, really. So I want to give away these tickets for callers 1 through 10 right now. You can call right now, receive those tickets and the free stock picks. Call 888-682-6466. That's 888-682-6466. Also, if you're a texter, I like to make it easy for our people. If you're a texter, just text the word invest to the number 484848. There's 2 steps to that. You got to click the link, follow the link to the registration, pick a date that works the best on your schedule, and then you'll get those free stock picks that come along in that financial quick start kit. Coming up next, I do want to continue this discussion on Cam about leverage and using leverage, but using that with the stock market, but also retirement accounts, 401ks, IRAs. A lot of people are getting a little worried right now with these big drops in the market, volatility. They want to be able to learn the skills and techniques to protect what they have. This is Josh and Cam, Investing with Confidence, We'll be right back.